Hey people, it's Niaz talking, and this is something I wanted to cover for a while now. Now I've done Black Diaspora videos, and this is sort of like that, but there's a difference. These are the Dravidians of India. Now the Dravidians are not a enslaved group that were taken to India by another group. They are the indigenous people to India, and they are now mostly in the South India. You go there, they're very, very dark. So this is a site I found because it's not a lot of information, not good information, but Black History 938 WordPress, and I'm going to be reading off this. The Dravidians, Sudanese, Ethiopians, Indians. Africa extended into what is now called India. The Dravidians, or original people, sometimes referred to as Dalits, are Ethiopians, Africans. The term Dalit means bound. The name may have been given to them by those who enslaved them and put them in a racist caste system at the lowest levels. The Dalits or Dravidians were the indigenous peoples of India, or the Eastern Ethiopians or Eastern Africans. The distinction between the black Sudroid races of southern India and the fair-skinned Aryan races of northern India is not an invention of English colonial historians. It is a feature mentioned by the earliest Greek travelers who visited South Asia centuries before the advent of Robert Clive. The ancient Greeks considered the Africans and Sudras, modern Dalits and Dravidians, as belonging to the same Ethiopian stock. Ethiopian was the Greek word for Negro, and Greek authors referred to the African Negroes as Western Ethiopians and to the Sudroids as Eastern Ethiopians, i.e. Eastern Negroes. A quote from Herodotus, volume 70. Witness the following citation from Herodotus. The Eastern Ethiopians, i.e. Sudras, differed in nothing from the other Ethiopians, save in their language and the character of their hair. For the Eastern Ethiopians have straight hair, while they of Libya have more woolly hair than any other people in the world. In other respects, India is not unlike Ethiopia, and the Indian rivers have crocodiles like the Ethiopian and Egyptian Nile, and some of the Indian rivers have fish and other large water animals like those of the Nile, save the river horse, though Onesicritus states that they do have the river horse also. The appearance of the inhabitants is not so far different in India and Ethiopia. The southern Indians resemble the Ethiopians a good deal and are black of countenance, and their black hair black also. Only they are not as stub nosed or woolly haired as the Ethiopians, but the northern Indians are almost like the Egyptians in appearance. Arian Anabasis Alexandri, book 8th Indica. So the northern Indians, I'm guessing he was talking about how they're now mixing and sort of becoming like a halfway between black and white, or black or Arab. When we see pictures of Indians, most of us have no knowledge of the Dravidians or Dalits. We see black people, but somehow we do not relate to them as part of our family. The caste system was instituted by the ruling Aryan class that invaded India. Here are some comments on the history. And yes, you heard Aryan right. Hitler took that from that word. That's where he got it from. The Dravidians entered India before the Aryans, before 2000 BC, after passing through Mesopotamia, Iran, and Baluchistan, where the Brahuis, a Dravidian race, still live. On grounds of cultural affinities such as inheritance through women, snake cults, organization of society, and structure of temples, some historians connect the Dravidians with the Elamites, and Mesopotamians. The evidence of Indian skulls from the Indus Valley indicates that the Mediterranean stock became established in northern India before the Harabab civilization came into civil existence around 2000 BC. Of particular significance is archaeologist B.B. Lau's contention that the Dravidians probably came from Nubia, Upper Egypt. This theory would have given them, among other things, their Mediterranean features and dark complexions, Lau writes. At times, the Indian team dug up several megalithic sites of ancient Nubians, which bear an uncanny resemblance over the cemeteries of early Dravidians, which are found all over western India from Kathiawar to Cape Comoring. The intriguing similarity extends to the subterranean structure found near them. Even the earthenware rings used by the Dravidians and Nubians to hold pots were identical. According to Lal, the Nubian megaliths date from around 1000 BC. Here is an excerpt from an essay by Mukesh Paswan, Distorted Race Theory. The term distorted race theory is an application to the Dravidian movement, which is compared to Nazism and Hindutva, the latest genetic research which conclusively proves that the Dravidians and Dalits belong to the same Negroid stock. The poisonous casteism which the Indian iconoclasts suffering from is entirely Aryan and Brahmanic origin. Historians have conclusively established that the caste did not exist in the pre-Aryan age. It was introduced by racist, color-conscious Aryan invaders who wished to maintain their racial purity from contamination of native Dravidians. During the Harappan Golden Age, the Dravidians and Dalits existed as one people, known as the Sudras. The division between Dravidians and Adi Dravidians is purely artificial, and the result of Aryan invasions, with the former choosing to adopt Aryan culture and submit as slaves to the Aryans, and the latter battling the savage Aryans, retaining their freedom in the jungles. Adi Dravida means original Dravidian. Dravida is Sanskrit. Dravida is of Sanskrit origin, and the terms Sudra and Adi Sudra are now more in vogue for this very reason. The word Sudra is a test from the Vedic Dark Ages, and the word is African origin, while the term Dravida and Dalit are much later innovations. The following diagram shows how the Dravidian word Sudra is in fact derived from Sudan. I'll just leave this site up. In Sanskrit, the word Hindu has its origin in Sanskrit literature. In the Rig Veda, India was referred to as the country of Sapta Sindhu, i.e. the country of 7 great rivers. The word Sindhu refers to rivers and seas and not merely to the specific river called the Sindhu, Indus, now in Pakistan. In Vedic Sanskrit, according to the ancient dictionaries, Sa was pronounced as Ha. First, Sapta Sindhu was pronounced Hapta Hindu. Similarly, Saraswati was pronounced as Haravayati or Harawati. This is how the word Hindu came into being. The ancient Persians also referred to India as Hapta Hind, as recorded in their ancient classic Burn Riyad. This is why some scholars came to believe that the word Hindu had its origin in Persia. The Greeks who invaded India under Alexander the Great dropped the H completely and used the name Indu or Indus, which later led to the formation of the word India. Okay, and this is the last I'm going to be reading, this couple paragraphs. Dravidian people refers to people that natively spoke languages belonging to the Dravidian language family. The language group appears unrelated to the Indo-European language families. Most significantly, the Aryan language populations of Dravidian speakers live mainly in southern India, most notably Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, and Tulu. Dravidian has been identified as one of the major language groups in the world, with Dravidians dwelling in parts of central India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, southwestern Iran, southern Afghanistan, and Nepal. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll leave it so you can look in the description. Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe if you want to support this channel. I'll leave the PayPal in the description. And you can just check out my Instagram, which will also be in the description. Peace, family.